Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
And now, the Hey Poopy Podcast with Dave and Ellen.
Hey everybody, we have a small little mini episode for you.
We do. We have a past guest who has a new poop story, so we're like, yep, time for a minisode.
Yeah, we're starting 2021 off with a blast.
2021 is not going to start till January 20th, so I feel like we're still technically in 2020.
I mean,
so,
yeah, we're in it.
That's how I feel.
I saw a meme yesterday that said, well, the first 5 days were good.
Yeah. This is just it's still the ass end of 2020. It's still like we're still shaking off the excrement.
Yeah, so we have the great Dubin, a.k.a. Greg Dubin, here to tell us his new poo-poo story.
Yeah, thanks for coming back on, Greg. Good to see you.
Oh, thanks for having me. I love it. I have a mini story. I think I told you guys, or I might have emailed you, that I was walking down the street a couple of weeks ago in Park Slope, and I suddenly had to it was one of those situations. And I was like, shit, what am I going to do? I was walking up Fifth Avenue, and I looked up, and I was right in front of the hospital, and I saw the emergency room, and I saw the word emergency, and I said to myself out loud, well, this is an emergency. I don't know if they would accept me. If you went up to them, would they let you in? I don't know. But then I looked to my right, and there was a portalet. There was some construction going on, some brownstone, and I looked around, and I saw some people working, and I just went straight in. I didn't ask them or anything.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man.
It was just a random portalet in the middle of between 4th and 5th Avenue on 8th Street or something.
I'm very curious with the protocol to an emergency shit at an emergency room.
I mean, it's probably. I'm sure people just shit in the emergency room all over the place. So you wouldn't be special if you.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was one random portalet away from finding out the answer to that question. So.
We'll never know. Well, if anybody has any information about that, let us know, please.
Yeah.
I mean, you simply could just walk in and be like, and just fake it, just to see what would happen, and be like, "Look, I'm sorry, I need to go." I think. Depending on how busy it is, they might let you.
It's very few. There's very few moments. There's very few moments in your life where you're kind of wishing for a porta potty. I mean, there's usually it's like fuck that shit. But I'm happy that you found something to relieve yourself in, and you could have pretended you were maybe the work foreman. Like, hey guys, what's up? How's this job going?
I mean, there's nothing anyone could have said to me that would have kept me from using it.
Oh, yeah.
I had a guy a couple of years ago come up to me, and he was just a random dude walking by, and he goes, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I got to go to the bathroom so bad. Is there any way I could use your apartment?" And I was like, there was a portalet right in the park by me, because they were doing construction, and I said, you could use that. And he just fucking hopped the fence and beeline to it. He was very grateful. So,
yeah, I mean,
it also seems like a scam. Like somebody saying, "Can you use your apartment?" And then all of a sudden you're held up by gunpoint in your own apartment.
Mm-hmm. And how do you explain that one to the cops? You're like, "Look, this guy had to take a shit." Right.
But also, talking about portalets and emergency room shitting, it's like right now during the pandemic, there's so fewer options to go to the bathroom, and Starbucks won't.
Yeah.
Let you anymore. And I've been out there. I mean, you can't, your options, I had an emergency a couple months ago, and it's you literally can't ask permission. You just have to go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You got to act like you work there or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my normal tact when I use a hotel. I just pretend that I'm staying there. And I just don't ask. I just walk, look for that sign.
But it's also
probably what you.
Go ahead.
Probably what you do in an emergency room. You just walk in and act like you're, waiting for somebody.
No, but also we've figured out that COVID doesn't stay on surfaces as long as they say it does. So like Starbucks, open your fucking bathrooms up again. Like you're going to serve hot coffee and not expect people to have explosive diarrhea after? Like,
exactly.
Fuck you.
Oh, that sucks. But I'm glad you did make it into that porta potty because that could have been bad.
So that's not my story. So my story is this is another one. It involves a family member who is a young person of about 8. So I'm not going to say their name just because I didn't ask them if I could tell the story. Say that I was down in Florida at my parents' new home. It was actually about a year ago. It was last Thanksgiving actually, and I was watching these 2 young children of 8 and 11. And their parents were out. So it was me and 2 kids and my parents. And we're eating. I'm eating dinner and I'm working on the computer. I had like a deadline. So I'm eating this burger. And the older child comes over to me and says, Greg, so-and-so needs to talk to you. He needs to speak to you. He's 8. And I go, well, tell him to come over here and talk to me. And she goes, he needs to speak to you now. And I go, all right. So I get up and I'm like, it's still not coming together for me. And I go into the bathroom and there's this poor child with his pants at his ankles and shit everywhere.
Oh.
All over the bathroom.
Oh, God.
Like, everywhere except the toilet. It looked like he wrapped the toilet in saran wrap and then shit all over the bathroom and then took it off. It was like,
oh, God.
He's just looking at me and I go, what happened? And he goes, I don't know. Because I pulled my pants down to go and it just shot out everywhere. And I go, all right, man. Well, I said, here's what I'm going to do. And he was wearing this like onesie that his mom had just bought him from like Target. It was like a costume type thing. I said, I'm going to go get a bag I'm going to go get a garbage bag.
We're going to put your clothes in the garbage bag. And the first thing he said was, you're not throwing out my clothes. And I said, no, I'm not throwing out your clothes, but I'm putting them in here so that your mother can wash them later. And I said, and then I'm going to go get a bunch of cleaning supplies and you have to clean this up. And he goes, I can't clean this up. I'm 8.
Wait, he said that? He said he's 8? He can't do that? No, he can't.
Yeah, he's 8.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm 8. I can't clean this up. I said, well, I'm not cleaning it up.
It's like, get your mom to clean that shit up. Or you, it's like, if you're 8.
We had like a standoff. And I go, and he goes, all right. I said, all right, I guess I'll do it. So I got a bunch of a bunch of paper towels. And I just cleaned shit off of every wall. I had to, I wrapped a bandana around my mouth and I was like gagging the whole time. And I cleaned all the shit and I had him get in the shower. Right. And I said, are you all right? And he goes, I'm fine. He's like, I don't feel sick at all, So I made him drink a bunch of water and he was feeling all right. And then I said, you should just sit down on the bowl. And he's like, I don't feel like I have to go. And I said, just do me a favor and just sit there for a second. So he's sitting on the toilet and I'm sitting across from him and he's just kind of looking at me and he's like, nothing. I go, give it just a little push. And he goes, all right. And he goes, oh, and I wish you could see my face now, but he was just like, he was looking at me like it was happening to him and he had no control over it. I could hear it shooting out of him.
Oh my God.
So this went on for like a couple of hours where every so often I'd say like,
Jesus.
come on, man, let's go back in. And I'd sit him on the bowl and he would, and he was otherwise fine. So it was a funny scene, and I kept having him drink water so he wouldn't get dehydrated.
Yeah.
And then when his folks got home, I told them what happened, and they were like, "Oh my God, thank you." And the father went in, and he was like, "You missed a lot of shit." And I said,
"Fuck you, dude. No." He said that shit to you?
Get after it, man.
Yeah.
So he went after and cleaned it all up. And he wasn't like, it was just hilarious. So now to this day, this child, I tell him all the time when I see him, I'm like, you realize you owe me for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So about maybe the next day, 2 days later, we're at the beach. And this kid, he got stung by, we were standing outside fishing and there were red ants and they only attacked him, right?
Oh,
This poor kid.
And then 2 days later we're at the beach and all of a sudden he gets stung by a jellyfish.
oh God.
So I said, the only cure for that is to have someone pee on it. And it's going to have to be me because I owe you. And he goes, "No, you can't pee on me." And I said, "All right, fine." And then his mother came over and I said, he got stung by a jellyfish. And she goes, "Oh, you got to let Greg pee on you." It was like totally unplanned. And he was like, "No, stop it." And then we called over the lifeguard. Finally, we said, "Listen, we need somebody to come over. I think he was stung by a jellyfish." And the lifeguard goes, "Hey, what's going on, bro?" He's like, "I got stung by a jellyfish." And he goes, "Well, has someone peed on it yet?" It was like one after another.
This kid's like,
no.
no.
We were all like scheming against him. But
Wow. He did not have a good couple days there.
I didn't pee on him. I didn't poop on him. But needless to say, I will not ever let this kid forget about it.
Oh
my God, I
you
wouldn't
can't.
either.
Yeah. You bring it up all the time. Also, for 8 years old, I'm like, you're still old enough to clean this up. Sorry. I would have been like, get in there, buddy.
I was going to ask what all the three of us would vote is the age where the line is like drawn on where we clean up our child's shit or some child's shit and where we teach them to clean up their own shit. I
mean, he wasn't my child. So,
or a child in your care,
I mean, I guess it depends on.
What's the age?
The kid was
4, 5, 6?
If the kid was 13, I would have been like, "Why'd you even call me?"
Exactly. That's the correct answer. I think 8's then. Why you fucking call me in here?
I think 8. If it was my kid, 8, I would have made him clean it up himself. Mm-hmm. But I had to answer to the parents.
I think if it was me, if it wasn't my kid, I'm not cleaning that up. I'm sorry. But I'd help him. I'd help the little buddy out. Maybe take it to a different bathroom and then let the parents deal with that shit. If it was my kid, I would. Oh, that's a hard one. I would say.
My effort to protect his identity, I'm not telling you.
Yeah, I suspect.
A family member.
Yeah, I suspect. Yes, I'm still thinking family member. If I had like a nephew or a niece, I don't know. I mean, knowing my wife too, if we even had kids, that kid would be put to work pretty early. Knowing my crazy wife, so probably I would say 5. 5 or 6.
I had a roommate. I think I told you this in the last time I talked to you. I had a roommate that this happened to, and I said, "Look, I'll help you any way I can, but I'm going to leave now. And when I get back, I expect to be completely immaculate." This was an adult who was kind of dying in this bed, but I still was like, "I'm not cleaning it,"
Oh, fuck no.
It wasn't
but that's the thing. Like, there's blood relation, there's love. Like, when the three of us are in relationships, so we would clean up our significant other's shit. But like, where is that line? Like, roommates, no. Significant other, yes. Family member, yes. How old is the family member?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into that. I don't know.
I mean, but what do you say to a kid who's like, the kid's 8 and he says, "I'm not cleaning it up"?
I'm like, you better fucking suck it up, buddy.
Well, also, what am I supposed to do? Like, leave him locked in the bathroom until he cleans it? Or like,
that's a hard one.
You were at your parents' house. Your parents would go into that bathroom and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
And I had a burger to get back to.
Oh my God. Oh, that burger would have been like put in the fridge or something. Like, you know what?
It wasn't a burger because I'm a vegetarian, but it was something like a burger.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but that ruined lunch real quick.
Yeah. Agreed. That's
no appetite there.
That is
I finished dinner.
You're a better man than I am. That is a horrendous story. I couldn't even imagine walking into that nightmare.
It was pretty funny, you know. It was pretty funny because of his reaction, because he was just kind of standing there looking at me like shocked.
Oh, yeah,
he wasn't sick at all. He was just like, I go, what happened? And he goes, I don't know. I was just pulling down my pants and it just shot out.
Wow.
I just also love that you then realized that this was not the end of it, and you insisted he keep going back to the toilet, and like whatever he ate that needed to come out, like it was evacuating everything.
Yeah.
Well, I've been through it, and I know.
Yeah, like I've been there.
I know that when you have explosive diarrhea like that, that it's going to be going on for a while.
Oh yeah, this ain't over, man. There's plenty more left.
You don't want to like take a road trip right after that.
No.
You're like, I'm passing on my wisdom to this 8-year-old that the shit is not done.
That is how I felt when I said to him, I really did, when I said, just give a little push. And when he did, and it started to like come out, and he was looking at me like, it is, I felt good. I was like,
that was like your Yoda moment.
I know a couple of things.
That was like your Yoda moment.
He might have been 7 at the time, actually, because I think he's 8 now.
Oh, well.
I still feel like that is an age where there's a line, you know? And I think that that's on the line.
If you can
I think so.
Yeah, if you can clean up your room, you can clean up your shit. You know?
I think if his parents were there, they might have made him clean it up.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't deathly ill, you know? He was all right. So
yeah.
See, that's what throws
I
for
wouldn't
me.
have felt bad making him do it.
Yeah.
He was pretty insistent that he wasn't going to do it, and he wanted to get back to whatever he had going on.
Oh, no way. I definitely would have been like, you know, this is like one of those moments like, you can't have fun till you eat your peas. So you better get back in there, buddy. Clean that shit up.
I guess looking back, I should have at least made him stay in there with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the age of 7, 8 years old, they would do a terrible job at cleaning up. So at least they could help or watch the way you do it. But at the same time, it sounds like, Greg, you didn't do a very good job either, because the father had to go in and fix your mess.
I'm going to give you a pass on that because it's human shit. And I would have been like, I'm agree with you, regardless of how well the job was done. The fact that he was like, hey, you missed the spot. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like,
maybe it's a 3-person job. Like, you got to get everybody hands on deck.
Oh, awful.
Yeah,
hands on the poop deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't feel bad about missing the spot. I thought I did a pretty good job, given the circumstances. And by the way, the kid, when I bring it up to him, he's not embarrassed about it at all. You know, he laughs about it. I thought he might get embarrassed about it because, you know, who knows? But that's why I didn't ask if I could tell the story, and that's why I'm not saying who he is.
Yeah.
But
we can all figure out, I think, who he is. But yes, we don't need a name. Yeah,
some people know the story.
Yeah. Well, I think it's awesome. Thank you for sharing that story with us. It's hilarious.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, man, of course. I love it.
Too funny. We have 2 other little things that we're going to do for this mini-sode, Greg. I don't know if you want to stick around for it.
Sure.
But we have an email submission and a phone call submission.
So we have a new voicemail to the Hey Poopy Pot. Hey Poopy Pot. Oh my God, I say Hey Poopy Pot line. Am I high? Hold on, let me say it again. Hold on. We have
when the song comes on, I've been singing the song, but when I sing the song, I go, "Hey Poopy, what you cooking?" I don't know why.
It's awesome. It's like a remix.
It is.
Well, we have a brand new Hey Poopy Podcast hotline voicemail from New York City's own Amanda Whipp. And I mean, I don't personally know Amanda that well. Ellen is well versed in that universe with her, but it's a funny little message. We're going to play it for you right now. Check it out.
I was wondering what the best way to get shit stains. I was wondering what the best way to get. Oh no, is your refrigerator running? How do I turn this off?
What?
Somebody
Yeah, us.
say, is your refrigerator running?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was so weird. That whole voicemail was bizarre to me. I was laughing my ass off, and the first thing that came to my head is like, maybe learn how to do drugs better.
I miss when drugs used to give me that kind of feeling.
You know that old, like, that was an old crank call, like, hey, is your refrigerator running?
Yeah. Yeah, it was so
we
funny.
should answer this question, Dave. If you do have shit stains in your underwear or somewhere else, what is the best way to clean it up?
Throw it out. Throw it out. Throw them out.
Saliva, you suck on them.
I would, wash them, get a bidet, or throw them out from the shame that you're going to feel by looking into your dirty laundry hamper and realizing you're an adult with shit stains.
Yes. I was going to say invest in a bidet because you shouldn't have shit stains in your drawers to begin with if you're washing instead of wiping.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, she did not say they were in her drawers. They might have been on her curtains or on her
yes. Getting into some, she didn't say exactly where this was. I'm assuming it was the her underwear, but who knows? I mean, good old fashioned soap and water always works.
By the way, I just got a bidet.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Yeah, location is important on these shit stains. Bed, curtain.
Yeah.
Your friend's face.
A lover's collar.
A lover's collar.
Oh. Is that lipstick? No, it's shit. Like, what? He's like, it's a long, I can't explain, but it's a pretty awesome night. So we also have another email submission. So it's story time on the Hey Poopy Podcast. And if you got a story you want to share, we can read it on the air for you. Email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com and we'll read it on the air for you.
Or leave us a message at 203-998-5579.
You got it. So
I'm putting that in my phone right now. I was going to call you guys while the best part about my shit panic was that the first thing I thought of was where is there a toilet, but it was, I'm gonna have another story.
Yeah. Put it on speed dial. Okay, so this submission came from a listener named Nate, and it goes, "Hi guys, my name is Nate. And first, I would like to say I love the podcast. Thank you, Nate, for that. That's pretty awesome. You guys are hilarious, and your guests are just as hilarious. You guys really make my drives to work a lot more fun, so thank you. So one of my hustles to make extra money is I'm a video slave for fetish videos. I do mostly face sitting, smothering, but once in a while, I'll get asked to do farts or poop. Oh. There's a huge market for fart and poop videos, but I will only do those if I'm getting paid well. Well is in all caps, by the way.
This is already hilarious.
Yeah.
We have some amazing listeners.
I mean, this is fantastic already. So here we go. I've only done poop once, and that's the story I wanted to share with you guys. This was a couple years ago, and I was working at a company called Extreme Smother Queens. Oh, that's the best. And we were shooting quote unquote robber breaks into home and gets smothered video. I met them at a hotel to shoot with a woman I've never met before. And this woman is huge, like 350 plus. So I'm already not in the most comfortable position. So she sits on me and smothers me, which goes fine. Starting off with me tied to the bed with her standing back turned to me. So she just sits and smothers me. She's heavy for sure, but I am handling it beautifully. Then about halfway through, she switches and gets on the bed and just sits on my face normally where her ass is directly above my face.
About 30 seconds in, she says she has to fart and lifts up and just starts oozing shit. And then the smell hits me way before the shit did. And she sits back down. So I'm sitting there suffocated in her shit and under 400-pound women rethinking my life decisions. It was really like a meme. Oh, that guy. Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got into this situation. So I let it happen for a few minutes and started freaking out for her to get off of and end the video. She gets off of me, and as soon as the camera shuts off, she gets off of me, and as soon as this camera shuts off, I yell to untie me and run to the bathroom faster than I've ever ran to anything. I threw my clothes off and jump into the hotel shower and scrub. The cameraman compensated me extra and went home and took another shower. So that's my story. I'm sorry if it's too long. No, Nate, this is never too long.
This is perfect. You. Yeah. Do not apologize.
Even though you totally grossed out Dubin.
I mean, there's so many.
Finish the story.
Right.
But after all that, if you asked if I'd ever do a poop video again for money, my answer would be yes. LOL. I hope you enjoyed my story, and feel free to read on the podcast if you think it's good enough. Love you guys, Nate. We love you.
Thanks, Nate. And yes, we just read it, so it was a perfect story. So keep them coming. And remember,
Nate, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Nate. Thanks, buddy. That's a pretty aggressive side hustle. If anybody else out there has an awesome story like Nate's or something that's, maybe not so intense, or it could be even more intense, give us a call at 203-998-5579.
Nate, I just wanted to say that if you even want to become a guest on the podcast, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
You may have just given us your best story, though. But if you do have another shit video in your future, you're welcome to come back on or submit it to us.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Nate has plenty of stories to tell.
Yeah.
If this is his side hustle, and the line that got me was, so I let this go on for a few minutes.
How about the fact that the cameraman compensated me extra?
Yeah.
And he put that all in caps.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, cameraman, he deserves extra.
Yeah. Double pay, at least.
Sounds like this was another situation of like, let's not ask the guy, let's just do it. And then we'll pay him a little extra. But don't ask him.
Just do and beg for forgiveness later.
He'll be cool with it. It's Nate.
Yeah, it's Nate. Yeah, Nate's a total pro, guys. He'll just handle it. Oh, that was so good.
Work for you.
That story was, oh my God, it was awesome.
Dave, do not read his email on the air. But when I saw his email address, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a fucking amazing story.
I am not going to read it on the air, but it's people just believe us when we say it's a pretty fucking amazing handle.
All I saw was that, and I was like, "Oh shit, here we go."
I didn't even until you just said that. I didn't even see. I don't know how I missed that. It's fantastic.
I'll text it to you, Dubin, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah, it's on brand. Oh my God,
it's comforting to know that there's guys like Nate out there that are like,
hey, he's doing the work.
Yeah, she shit on me. I endured it for a few minutes. Got a few extra bucks out of it. Would I do it again? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of fetishists out there that love these kind of videos. So
yeah, I mean,
somebody's got to do it.
He's in an up and coming market.
I mean, I guess there's no accounting for what you like. You just like what you like.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, he's more than just liking it. He's getting paid.
He's getting paid for it. He's a professional.
He is a professional.
I mean, in a way, Nate is what we're all striving for, right?
doing what we love and getting paid
Yeah.
for it.
He's living.
Work if you love it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't work a day in your life. Nate is he's living that dream.
Bless you,
Oh,
Nate. We love you too.
Thank you,
so
Nate.
much.
Thank you.
That
It's good stuff.
what a way to kick off this mini-sode. We've
Yeah.
had 4 fantastic stories.
Just a lot of great stuff. So
One mini story, one big story, one phone call, and one fabulous email.
yeah, we hit all the bases basically. Covered all the bases.
Glad to be a part of it.
Yes, and thank
You
you.
stayed on.
Yeah, thanks for staying on. Thanks for being on the Great Dubini.
I mean, did it seem like I was going to get off even for a second?
You couldn't leave. He had to stick around for this.
You were like, email submission, tell me more.
Yes. You're like, wow.
I got to get the number. I got to write the number down now. I got to have it in my phone, like,
You got information.
ready to go.
But thank you again for being on the show. Thanks for telling those stories. Thanks for
Thank
your.
you. Thanks for having me. Sorry about the confusion.
Oh
That's
yeah, no
okay.
worries, no worries. We're glad we had you on, and you delivered as always. So thank you.
Thank you.
Happy pooping, everybody, and enjoy your butthole.
Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect 4 Entertainment, produced by Dave and Ellen, with executive producer Stormy Leather, edited by me, Dave.
For more information, go to heypoopypodcast.com for episodes, merch, and more. Follow us on Instagram at Hey Poopy Podcast and Twitter at Hey Poopy. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy.